Hey guys, this is Matthew, and I'm here to talk to you about ADF Entitlements. In this video, I'll be discussing incapacity payments for both current and ex-serving members. But just before we get started, just a little bit about me. I was a medic in the Royal Australian Navy for just over 10 years, and I was medically discharged. I'm currently studying a Bachelor of Commerce at Curtin University, along with DVA sponsorship for that degree. So because I've got sponsorship, I'm receiving 100% incapacity payments. So keeping all of that in mind, I'm not an ADF representative or DVA advocate, and all the information I provide during this video is based on my own personal experience and my interpretation of the policy. The information I gathered for this video comes directly from the DVA website, and I will provide links in the comments section. Now I just need you to watch the following disclaimer and then we'll get going. This advice is general and does not take into account your objectives, financial situation or needs. You should consider whether the advice is suitable for you in your personal circumstances. Before you make any decision about whether this advice is good for you, please seek the advice from a financial planner or professional. So I'm going to be breaking this video up into 4 sections. I'm going to start off by explaining what incapacity payments actually are and why they're actually used by DVA, what the purpose is. And then I'll be breaking it up into how incapacity payments can be used to benefit current, ex-serving and reservists, because it does affect each of those different members a little bit differently into what you can actually claim. So incapacity payments are a great way to help injured members. So what DVA tries to do is they try and put a member in the same financial position that they would have been in if the injury didn't occur in the first place. The 2 things they primarily look for is your actual earnings, so the amount of money you're earning now after you were injured compared to what your normal earnings were when you were at full medical fitness and capacity. So let's say for whatever reason you were earning $1,000 a week, you were injured and you can only make $800 a week. The incapacity payments would be $200 a week to put you in the same financial position that you would have been if you weren't injured. So it's not a big lump sum payment, but you can get back paid if you've missed out on a few payments. But it's a way to make sure that you can live the same lifestyle you would have if you weren't injured. It's a little bit more complicated than this, and I will talk a little bit more in depth when we go through current ex and reservist members and how that's actually all calculated in a little bit more depth. So just bear with me. Thanks. So the main reason that you would claim for incapacity payments if you're a current serving member is if you were medically injured during a deployment or sea posting. So in these circumstances, obviously you get paid a lot more money when you're away on deployment and you've come home and now you've got a loss of income. So in these circumstances, you can get incapacity. I'd highly recommend, if this situation does occur to you, to go see an on-base advisor, and they can actually help you process these claims. I will attach a link to the on-base advisory services in the comment section. I'll also attach the web form that you can complete yourself if so inclined. If you do have a MyGov and MyService account, you can actually apply for incapacity payments on your MyGov account. But again, I find it a lot easier if you just go in and see an on-base advisory service, because they can also tell you the other things that you do require. So you will require a medical certificate explaining that you were injured as a result of your service as well. So for ex-serving members, incapacity payments are generally made for those who have medically separated. So as you can imagine, when you're going through the medical separation process, there's a lot of things happening all at the same time. A lot of you probably have heard of the A-class or B-class pension, or the Com Super pension. Now the very best that a member is going to be able to get is approximately about 75% of their average income when they separate. So what they can actually do is also apply for incapacity payments. Now, when you apply for incapacity payments, you will get 100% of your income for the first 45 weeks. After that 45 weeks, it does reduce down to 75%. And for those on a B class or C class pension, that is additional money. Now, there are a few requirements if you want to apply for this incapacity payment. So you do require a medical certificate from at least a GP to state that you're incapacitated for work. When you do this, you will, and you apply to DVA, they will actually allocate you a rehabilitation provider. You'll have to give them a lot of information. So they'll need to know what level of incapacity you have, if you're currently undergoing any other sort of rehabilitation, physio, mental health appointments, everything like that. And their goal is to try and get you fit and ready to go back to work. Now, rehabilitation providers actually access a host of different services as well, which I will go into in a different video. But because we're talking about incapacity payments, one thing that they can do is actually help support you through study. So if you can get a vocational assessment and it's deemed that you want to do a university degree and that you're suitable for it, they will actually keep you on 100% incapacity payments whilst you study. And that's actually the case for me. So over the next 18 months, I'm going to finish off my Bachelor of Commerce in Property and Finance. And during that time, I'm getting 100% of the income that I was getting whilst I was serving in the ADF. And I think that is absolutely fantastic. Now, the other area I've used incapacity payments being used is for those members that have suffered an injury whilst they were serving in the ADF, got out, got jobs, however their injuries have progressed and got worse, and there's times that they're unable to work. Now, in those times that they're unable to work, they claim for incapacity payments, and those payments match the gap of what they were earning and what they are earning. Again, which I think is fantastic. Now, I haven't been able to find much information about this in regards to members that have been injured later on. It primarily focuses on people that have recently discharged medically. So I would love your feedback if anyone has actually undergone this process and has claimed money for a short period of time while they were injured. That would be absolutely great. Now, moving on to reservist. I just want to talk about reservist members quickly, because the way they calculate the incapacity payments are a little bit different from full-time members. So if you are a reservist doing reserve days and you are injured, you can claim for incapacity payments for the days that you missed your reserve days, plus the days that you actually missed out on your full-time job. So you can put in a normal claim like you would for a full-time member. So I would recommend going and see an on-base advisor about this. Or if you really want, you can fill out the form that I've attached in the comment section. Or if you have a MyGov account, you can complete it in there. And the other way that a reservist members will get assessed is if they're a CFTS member, they'll get assessed very similar to a full-time member, and they'll be calculated on what the full-time wage of that CFTS contract would be at a yearly rate if you do miss work. That's all. Hey guys, thanks for watching the video. I apologise if it does feel a little bit rushed. I have had quite a few uni assignments going on at the same time. I really like your feedback, because the policy is a little bit ambiguous and it primarily focuses on those who have recently medically discharged and doesn't really cover much else. So would love your feedback, especially if you're in a position where you've received incapacity payments at other times that I haven't mentioned. Please let me know, leave a comment or send me a private message, and I'll see you next time on the next video. Thank you.